One second, we're gonna be going. Let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and get into tonight's topic out here. All right. Um, let's see. We're gonna start with Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. First, we're gonna start at verse 2. All right. The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. This is the Most High God talking to Moses, giving him the information on what he needs to use to go ahead and lead the children of Israel. This is the beginning of what many people will call the Ten Commandments. But what people don't understand is that there was actually 613 laws, statutes, and commandments in the Bible that was given to Moses that he was to use to organize and lead the children of Israel, right? Verse 3, thou shalt have no other gods before me. This is very important. It's the first commandment he's given. When you have other gods before the Lord, your people will be destroyed. This is why it talks about if we obey the law, statutes, and commandments, our people will be above all nations. But if we don't, on the flip side, then we will be beneath all nations. And guess what? Our people today are beneath all nations, which means we have placed other gods before us. It's a lot, y'all. If there's a lot of noise in the background, I got the fan going on. If there's a lot of noise and it's bothering the mic on here, type a 2 in the chat. If y'all can hear it clearly, type a 1, Baba Kashab. Right? Right. Let's see. Now, the reason why we're bringing out children of Israel and having other gods over us is because right now we're in the midst of a debate going on. I think it's going on right now between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. All right. Okay, so let's say you can hear it fine. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are going at it right now on the internet. And I was just on the way over here looking at some of the comments on one of these posts right here. Let me go ahead and get rid of it. So it looks like the title of the post is saying that Trump and Biden discussed their stance on abortion. Trump says he won't block abortion medication, and Biden plans to restore Roe v. Wade. Right? We'll get to some of the comments, man. But every 4 years, you become a political football. What's another word for it? You become a tug of war rope between the oppressor. You got one oppressor on the other side tugging on you this way. You got one oppressor on the other side tugging you that way. And you stuck in the middle going back and forth between their argument. And none of their argument has anything to do with your people or your community. Both sides are just used to make a certain point. Because what? Does Donald Trump really care about abortion? No. Does Joe Biden really care about abortion? No. Their goal is to cater to certain groups of people to get them to follow them. So Donald Trump was like, hey, these Republicans over here are going to listen to me if I say these things. Joe Biden saying these Democrats over here are going to listen to me if I say these things. Neither one of them could give a damn about what you got going on in the hood, right? Because for one, the sister that's going to get an abortion is going to do it because she's in poverty. That's the reason why. So for Joe Biden to say women should be doing this and should be doing that, when the majority of people that are having abortions is not just women, it's Black and Hispanic women, which means there's something going on within our communities that's causing our women to do this. It's not all about women's rights. It's really about aborting Black and brown babies, right? And so it's a very evil and disgusting thing that they have done in our community. Since 1971, I believe it was 23 million Black babies have been aborted. 23 million. That's ridiculous. Let's double check it and see. Let's check that fact real quick. Let's see what it. So, yeah, a few years ago, Congress.gov says there's been more than 19 million Black babies have been aborted since 1973. Jesus Christ. 19 million. It's only been 61 million, I don't say only, but it's been 61 million. 1/3 of every abortion has been Black babies. And for them to sit there and deny that it's poverty, that it's just a woman's right to choose, that women just want to go out and have an abortion, is BS. The real reason why women are going out and doing this is because they're poor. Oh, I saw that. The brother said E40 selling out and joining Biden at the post-debate rally. Yep. What can you expect from a rapper, man? These brothers are not in the truth. They might have good intentions, but they in the world just like everyone else. And after years and years and years of seeing their community destroyed, if E40 is someone that thinks he's really doing something right and not just doing something because he really wants the money, then he has come to the point where he doesn't know what to do to fix our community. He's thinking the only thing he can do is go and deal with these politicians to make an effective change. But in reality, he's not going to do a goddamn thing for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If anything, him linking up with Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, as they call him, is going to destroy black people even more. Commander Giuliani said that at least when Trump was in office, our people were awake, we were on guard. It's ironic that Joe Biden's nickname is Sleepy Joe. He said as soon as Joe Biden gets put into office, our people can go right back to sleep. And that's what's going down. So I was reading some of the comments, man. It was getting wild. Like how much our nation is in need of fathers on so many different levels. Like it's another famous quote from Commander Giuliani that we don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house. Like that's what our community needs. And when you see stuff like this, these comments that people are making, you realize our people have been without a father for years and years and years. Not only in the individual households, just in general as a community. We don't have any fathers leading our people because we sound like a bunch of children with abandonment issues. Think about that. Y'all ever wonder why hoes call a pimp their daddy? It's because they have father issues. They have abandonment issues. They're replacing their need of a father with a horrible example of what a father is supposed to be. The exact opposite of what a father is supposed to be. Our people have been without a leader for so long, without someone righteous to guide us in the right direction for so long, that we're willing to take abuse from someone else and we take it proudly. We wave the banner and rep the flag of someone that is abusing us. And we beg for it. That's how hoes look at their pimp. They will wave the banner of their pimp, wave his flag, wear his colors, dress the same as him, talk the same as him. The same person that you put into your father's position that is going to physically beat you. It's going to send you to the streets and in danger every night, night in and night out. Work you not because he loves you or wants to see best for you, but work you because he wants to profit and better his lifestyle off of your back and your body. That is the relationship that black people have with the presidents here in America. That's the relationship we have with the governments here in America, right? Let me get a few ones real quick. Let me get Isaiah 53, Isaiah chapter 53. See, we're going to start at verse 7. Might go up a few words. Book of Isaiah, chapter 53. Let's see. Second Ezra 15 and 10. That's what it's a lot. Let's go to the book of Ezra. Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 10. And it reads, Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Like blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are like a lamb or sheep led to the slaughter. If you notice, if you ever been to the lamb slaughter, which is such a glorious event the tradition that we hold in the ISUPK and the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Every year at Passover, we have the lamb slaughter. Brothers, sisters, their children get to come out and see us gather up the lamb, take them to the slaughter, slit their throat, skin them, cut them up, and get them prepared for the Passover meal. This process, which is being spoken about right here, is so important when explaining the lives of our people, especially back then, because we identify being a shepherd people. We understand how when a lamb is getting led to the slaughter, they don't put up a fight like other animals do. They're trusting of the people that lead them. They are trusting and following animal by nature. They're literally in herds. They move in groups. They're easily pushed into a certain direction. And that's how our people have become in this place. 10 years ago, were any of our people out here 15 years ago really pushing or getting behind the LGBT movement? No. But we were led down this pathway by who? By the pastors, by the celebrities, by the sports and entertainers. We were led to this pathway by our leaders, or the people we look at to leaders when really they were not our leaders because they're not men of the Lord. Back in the 70s, before Roe v. Wade, our people were against abortion. But then things changed in this country, and then you started to get pastors come out and go and tell our people it was okay for women to do these things. We were against divorce in our community. Then the pastors came out and said these things were okay, and we started to do these things in our community. You see, the underlying thing is the pastors are always leading our people into these ways, man. So let me go ahead and get Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3. No, we went there already. Let's go to not Exodus 15. We want to go to Exodus 17. Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15. Let's go to verse 14. Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. When we come into our land and we say we're going to have a king to be put over us because we want to be like all these other nations, we want to follow in their way. Like, why do all the other nations around the world start saying they have presidents all of a sudden? Because America has presidents. Before, they used to have kings. They used to have queens. They used to have, all these different type of leaders. Now, all these nations around the world, they claim to have presidents because they want to be like America. This is what our people fell victim to. Verse 15, thou shalt any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. So this law is very important. We always had to have laws that separated us from these other nations, because the nature of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is to want to be accepting, want to be forgiving, is want to give everyone an option and shot. The Lord had to put it in our laws to make it that we won't link in with these other nations, because he knows we always will try to do these things and will forever stay at the bottom as long as we want to keep incorporating with these other nations. This person put on the comments about Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. Listen, I don't care if Biden slump over and fall asleep. I'm still not voting for Trump. This other person said, they claim Biden is old. Yes, he is older, but he is smarter, more articulate, understands the questions, and provided better answers than the orange head, who was constantly deviating from the points and topics. Like, you hear how sad that is? It goes on. So let me read a couple. Biden is literally dying on stage. I'm going to still vote for him, though. Biden is literally dying on stage in front of you. It's like an episode or a movie of Weekend at Bernie's. I'm still going to vote for him. And then somebody else is saying, what, one is stuttering and one is lying. I'll take the stuttering person over a lying person any day. How about you decline? How about you not take any of these people? How about you choose Yahweh Shai Mashiach, whom the world even calls Jesus Christ, who is your king? How about you choose him? The ignorance of my people, man. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Let's go ahead and get down. Hosea 3. Go back to the milk real quick. Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. This is why Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are destroyed, because we lack the knowledge of the priests and prophets of the Lord, the true leaders of the Black community. We think the people that represent this Bible are Creflo Dollar, or TD Snakes, or Eddie Long, all these different people, the Pope, the Islamic mosque. We feel like these are the ones that's supposed to lead us and know the way to righteousness, but we are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because these people don't give us the knowledge, true knowledge of this Bible. They don't give you your identity. They hide your identity from you, and you get the results you're getting over and over again, because the people leading you are destroying you for their own personal gain. So you are so destroyed, you're willing to choose anyone. They say Joe Biden is sitting there dying on stage. It doesn't matter. They still gonna vote for him. Joe Biden could be up there propped up like a goddamn mannequin, or what's that, the wax museum. He's being held together. They still gonna vote for him. Like, how sad is that? That's literally saying you don't know any other way to organize your people without these people. You don't know any other way to benefit your people that you're willing to take this amount of abuse just to say you have a leader, as opposed to picking yourself up and doing it for yourself. You know who doesn't give a damn about Joe Biden or Donald Trump? Let me see. Let's see right here. Blah, 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 blah. Why Asians don't vote. Asian Americans, though currently only 5.8% of the U.S. population, are the fastest growing racial minority in the United States and expected to make up 1/10 of all voters by 2044. 1 out of 10 voters is going to be Asian. Despite this impressive growth, however, Asian Americans have one of the most dismal voter turnouts, 47% compared to 66% for Black voters and 64% for non-Hispanic white voters. At first glance, these numbers might not seem so alarming. I mean, according to the model minority myth, Asian Americans' economic success is all thanks to their emphasis on hard work, self-sufficiency, and keeping to themselves. So this is very true, right? Asian Americans, let's see. Asian Americans have the median 43% greater than the national median income of $70,000 among Asian American groups. Subgroups, Indian Americans have the highest median income of $119,000, followed by Filipino Americans $90,000, Japanese Americans $83,000, and Chinese Americans $82,000. They are doing the most successful in America right now. And why is that? Why are they doing so successful? Because they're known to stay to themselves. They're known to focus on their own people. They're known to have loyalty to their family and their family alone. Build their own communities, have their own restaurants, have their own businesses. Why the hell would they worry about voting every 4 years? They don't even view themselves as Americans in essence. In a lot of ways, they live here, but they built their own nation within inside this nation. That's what we in the ISBK teach our people to do. We telling y'all want to fix our community? Stop waiting on Joe Biden or Donald Trump to fix your community. That stimulus check is not going to fix your community. You know what it is? Having your families be constructive and positive is going to fix your community. All right? Let's go to some more precepts, though. Let's go to Ephesians, the 10th chapter. Let's go to Ephesians 6 and 12. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, in verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. See, our people, we are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And the Bible is saying right here that we need to put the armor of God on our people, on ourselves, so that we don't fall for the tricks and the lies of Satan. This is why we are in a revolving door of going every 4 years, hoping and wishing and begging for some devil to come and rescue our people. Like, we're not willing to have someone that's good for us. We just want anyone for us. We don't think there's another option at all to truth. Yeah, think about that. There is no other option for us. We gotta be stuck in this eternal tug of war. Like, the real election is for oppressors. It's for this oppressor that gets along with this oppressor that's trying to find a way to select one oppressor that's going to lead their people in the best direction overall. And they're willing to debate and go back and forth with each other because they know overall, at the end of the day, someone's going to lead the helm of the nation that has their people's best interests in it. And this is the only reason why you're starting to see a divide amongst these heathens so much. They almost want to go to war with each other because they don't even believe the other side has got best interests for them. Like, how far are we? How dumb are our people to want to choose from somebody else's nation that is ready to go to war with itself? How ignorant is that? Like, these people that it's made for are like, this person over here is so evil, he's going to destroy this country if he gets in charge. And the other people on the other side are saying, this person is so evil, the whole country's going to be destroyed if he gets in office. And we're sitting here like monkeys in the middle, trying to choose between the two to better our nation. We don't want to take that third option, which is not dealing with either one of these people and doing our own thing. Right? Let me read verse 12. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Like, what is a principality? Let's look that up. Principality is a state ruled by a prince. Right? Talking about a government. A principality can either be a monarchical feudatory or a sovereign state ruled or reigned over by a regnant monarch with the title of prince and or princess, or by a monarch with another title considered to fall under the generic meaning of the term prince. So this is talking about a monarchy when it's saying this, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against governments, man. That's who we wrestle against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Like, they're on such a level of spiritual wickedness and in such a high place that it affects everyone around them. So, one second. Step to the side real quick. If you got any questions or comments, I can go ahead, type them in the chat. Right back. Right. Once again, the book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Verse 13, wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done it all, to stand. Like, this is that evil day. Like you said, E40, he falling off. You got rappers from New York, they going to Donald Trump's side. You got all these people picking a side. They're not able to stand. They're folding underneath this pressure. They think that our life is so much in these people's hands, there's no other way to solve our problem. But in reality, if E40 really knew the truth, he would be with Commanding General Yohana tonight. He would try to be seeking the priests and prophets of the Lord. And that's why when we saw last week, Kendrick Lamar coming out talking about One West, this and that and the third, who knows what the hell is going through Kendrick Lamar's mind. Does he really know about the ISBK and One West? It's possible. It's a high chance he does because we know he knows about the purple rainbow people. He knows about the color purple, right? So it's possible he knows about One West, but so what? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, right? But if he does, shame on him. Because if he really cares about his people like he say he does, he would want to get involved with ISBK and the convention. Because that's our real leadership on planet Earth right now. He's the only man on planet Earth right now that has the answers to fix the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. That answer right there is brotherhood. Right? And they talk about the law, but no one could follow the law until Christ came and taught us how to do it. You can talk about brotherhood, but no one can have true brotherhood without this Bible, without the law, statutes, and commandments. Even the other day, just on a local thing, man. We're going to go back into some more precepts. It's on a local thing. Mr. Fab, I guess he had an event the other day. I'm not sure if it was for Juneteenth or what it was for. It was a very sad situation because some young brother there, or some might even been an OG, he was killed at one of the events with Mr. Fab. Right? Brother lost his life. Fab came out and made a long apology and sent condolences to the family of the brother, all these things, right? And Fab talks about how much positive things he tried to do in the community. And a lot of these things are real honorable. Real honorable. Real things that we don't see from a lot of people that come out of our communities, that have opportunities, that have resources. He uses his voice and his opportunities to help our people in the best way he knows how. The only thing that I will say that he is missing is the laws of the Bible. There's only so much he can do. He's shocked and surprised that people will come to one of his events and bring violence. UPK is not surprised. Because we know no matter what your intentions are, whether they be good, solid, positive, our people, once again, are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You throwing a fun event is not going to take away from the childhood trauma that this brother is going through, that this sister is going through. It's not going to pay her rent, her bills, his this, his that. It's not going to bring his child back from being on child support. And now he can't see him. No visitation. It's not going to change that. So how in the hell do you expect the people that have been enslaved for 400 years to change because you're throwing an event that's about love? The event can be about love. The people showing up have never had love. They've only had hate their entire life. And so it's been a good thing that the brothers were doing these things and it's been turned out successful, right, for the most part. But the thing that this brother is missing is the law, statutes, and commandments. And one thing, and this ain't just a correct Mr. Fab night or anything like that. I've seen the brother partaking in going to strip club, right? Everything else, 99% of the thing he's doing is positive. Making songs with brothers, helping the community, feeding the people, having therapy sessions, all these things is great things. Teaching the children. One blind spot he got is him accepting our women as being whores. There's no way you can fix the black community. Like, he doesn't see his behavior is a part of the problem. You can't have something and be halfway righteous. You can't have your own lust and abuse our women. Because you come from the Bay, you got the gang and all that, man. You grew up around players, you're gonna think, okay, that's her choice. She wanna be a stripper, that's fine. I'm not tricking on her, I ain't doing that. Nah, you in the environment, you are supporting this behavior, you are around men that support this behavior. You are making whores of the daughters of Zion. That's what you're doing. Now all of a sudden, we're supposed to come together. Black men sleeping with women and throwing them away. If you promoting that, that's the reason why that brother died at the event. You don't see the connection, but it's right there in front of you. These brothers are fighting over these blocks and these territories. You look down and see the real reason why all this started. 9 times out of 10, it's over a woman. 9 times out of 10, it's a woman dealing with this brother over here, dealing with this brother over here. That causes conflict, that causes beef, that causes someone to die, and the war is started. We could really put a dent in violence in the black community by declaring sexist marriage in the black community. How many lives will be changed and altered if we viewed our woman as something so important that if you lay with her, you can never leave her? How many lives will be changed if our families knew that no matter what, we are going to stick together? That the number one key to fixing our problems is loving each other like we love ourselves, keeping those laws that the Lord gave us, right? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3. Let's go to verse 2. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 2. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments. He gave us Moses. He gave us the prophet Samuel. He gave us all of the prophets before. Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Daniel. He did all these things, right? But they have rebelled against me. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. Like, you raise your children the right way, you show them what to do and what not to do, and they rebel against you, and they start doing things that you didn't teach them, then it's on them for the things that they get, right? Now, if you came up in the household, no one told you right and wrong, that's different. That sin is upon the parents, but the Lord is saying He raised us up right, and we still decided to go another way. That's rebellion. All right. Verse 3: the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. We don't know who our owner is, we don't know who our master is. We will look to anyone. And that's what we come to. We come to the point where now all we got is Joe Biden, an 80-year-old, senile, should be sitting at some old folks' home, relaxing every day, watching the fish in the pond. That's what Joe Biden should be doing. He shouldn't be up here debating somebody, talking about politics right now when he's 80-something goddamn years old. He'll be 90 years old before the end of his term. It's just ridiculous. These are the people we left to choose from, and we happily choose them because we've been so void of a leader and a king for so long. All right. Let's go to the next one. Let's get obey your masters. Let's go to Ephesians 12. It's right above Ephesians 6 and 5. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 5. And it reads, servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh. And so they use these precepts during our captivity to make it seem like these masters here are the slave masters. I wouldn't be surprised if they were not even calling slave masters before they read this verse. This is a form of manipulation tactic. They're trying to convince you that God is telling you to obey your masters. And that thing in you that's telling you to fight and rebel against them, for all the evil they've done against you, you want to fight back, you're supposed to fight against that feeling. That's what they want. That's the state they want you in. They're telling us to obey our masters. Let's see. 6 and 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, and singleness of your heart, as unto Christ. God damn. Then they put it in your mind that this is the God that you have to follow, and you have to obey these oppressors the same way you would obey Christ. That's crazy. That's crazy. Obey the people that are destroying you, that are raping your people, that are murdering your people. Obey them so God can love them. And that they did so much of that for so long. This is where we at. We still obey them, even though it shows that they are not giving us anything in return for our obedience of our leaders to them. So, get a couple more precepts and we'll go ahead and close them. How do we get up here? How do we get to this? How did our flock get here? by bad leadership in the Christian church. Like we have been so abused. Go to Isaiah 30:9. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 9. And it reads that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, will say to the seers, see not, to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Like we beg and we ask for the lies. Always go back to that one scene in Hustle and Flow where the Edomite, where the white girl came to him after he made her do some horrible things to make some money. And he starts trying to gang her up. She said, I don't want to hear none of this game tonight. Just did this horrible thing. I just want you to leave me alone. But I know, first she prefaced it like, hey, I hear what you're saying right now. Sometimes I need you to lie to me because that keeps me going. That allows me to go out and do these horrible things. But right now, I don't want to hear these lies tonight because you think that I don't understand that you're gaming me up. She's telling him, I know that you're gaming me up. Sometimes I need to be gamed up because that's what motivates me to go and do these things. But right now, save your game. Like our people, we need to be gamed up every 4 years in order to get back on board with these devils destroying our people. We let them know that we need to be lied to. You know how we let them know? Because after they lie to us, we don't ask for anything that they offer us. We just let them know, hey, as long as you come around every 4 years, you lie to us, we're going to get on board with you. We're going to support you no matter what you say. No matter what you tell us. All right? Let's go ahead and read. Anything else on that one? All right, let's go to the next precept. We go to Yahushua. John chapter 10, verse 27. And it reads, my sheep. Let me see, go up a little bit. The book of John, chapter 10, verse 20. Sorry, verse 27 for time's sake. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me, and I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. Christ said his sheep know his voice. And they know him and they follow him. Always using this example. Our people are natural followers. That's our culture. That's our character. Is to get on board and follow whoever we deem as a leader. Once we put bad leaders in charge of our people, we will keep going down the path of destruction. Christ saying his sheep hear his voice, right? And I know them and they follow me. Not only do they hear me and they follow me, but the Lord or Christ knows them. He's in touch, he's in tune with our people and what's going on in our day-to-day lives. He hears us, he hears what we're facing. He's telling us to follow him so he can know the way out of this. Right. The people that are really following Christ, they know his voice and they hear it and follow him. People that don't give a damn, they may hear Christ's voice through these scriptures. They don't really follow Christ. They're following their own lust and need to be in charge and power right on a day-to-day basis. Right? Let's drop that. Now, what is this our king is offering us that Joe Biden and Donald Trump is not offering us? Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. And it reads, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Like the things that Christ is asking for you to do are really easy in essence. It's not a hard yoke, it's not a hard burden. The life of someone that's living in sin is a hard life to live. It's a hard life to get into shootouts every week. It's a hard life to go in and out of prison. It's a hard life to sell drugs, believe it or not. Some people say it's the easy route, but the brothers can't sleep. They got paranoia. They always worry about somebody coming to get them. The burden is hard. The yoke is heavy. To help follow Christ, it's not a hard yoke. It may be hard initially, but it's not a hard yoke. All right. We're getting right up on the hour mark. We're going to touch back on some of these things next week. Likely. But overall, just to recap real quick on this whole Donald Trump Biden thing, the reason why we need to pick the right shepherd has already been picked for us. It's Yahweh Shai Mashiach. And the way you follow Christ is to come into ISUPK, man, and follow under Commander General Yohana to show that example of what Christ wanted out of his people and out of his leaders. Until then, if we keep following these devils and playing tug of war with them, being stuck in the middle between them, we're going to keep getting the same exact results. Let's try something different. Right with that, say shalom, Yahweh Shalom Shabbat, Yahweh Shalom Shabbat, sisters.